Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're embarking on a pretty incredible, serene journey through ancient Vedic wisdom to map the architecture of your own light. I am so thrilled you're here to dive into this because the concepts we're about to unpack have literally been transforming human understanding for thousands of years. Let's get right into it. So I have to ask, are you ready to map out your own soul? Before we start our climb up the Sushma Nadi, which, by the way, is the central channel of your body, we actually need to find some stillness. Take a quick moment with me to just listen to the resonance of the universe itself. It's only from this quiet place, this absolute silence, that we can truly begin to understand our internal energy. All right, let's get into the foundation here. What exactly are chakras and prana? Well, the word chakra literally translates to wheel or disc in Sanskrit, and that's a perfect way to picture them. They act like these deep pools in a river where energy pulls together and gains incredible power. They are magnificent spinning wheels of life force, which is what we call prana. Essentially, they're the exact intersections where our physical bodies meet our spiritual essence. Think of them as the blueprint of your soul, forming a vertical ladder of consciousness that we're about to climb. And for your energy to rise unimpeded, every single one of these wheels needs to spin in harmony.
Section 1. Anchors in the Material World. We are going to explore the 3 lower centers.
Our physical foundation builds up sequentially. We start right at the root, flow up into the sacral, and then rise up to the solar plexus. These 3 right here, they're the absolute bedrock of who we are. They ground us entirely before we can even begin to reach for those higher realms. We're starting with the elements of earth. You can almost feel the deep, heavy, grounding nature of it, right? Connect to that stabilizing energy of the earth beneath you. This is the dense, grounding energy that forms the very base of our physical reality. This is the Muladhara, or the root chakra. It sits right at the base of your spine, and it glows with this really deep, steady red. This is all about being totally grounded, stable, and just present. Actually, if you've ever felt unusually anxious or kind of flighty, that's a huge sign this deep red center needs some grounding. When your root is balanced, you get this profound sense of security and belonging. You just know deep down that your basic needs are met, and you feel you have the absolute right to be exactly where you are. Imagine that stability right now, like tree roots sinking deep into the soil.
Now, from the earth, our energy starts to stir. It rises up and shifts into the element of water, moving just below the navel. That rigid stability of the earth gives way to rhythm, movement, and flow.
And that brings us to Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, which shines in a vibrant orange. This right here is your emotional landscape, the realm of pure flow, your passions, and your desires. Let yourself really feel that fluidity for a second. This is where we tap into the grace of movement, our deepest creativity, and the raw power of desire. It's the center that lets us experience the sweetness of life and helps us accept that change is inevitable.
Moving up, we hit the element of fire. This is where things really heat up. Think of the intense, totally unapologetic energy of a blazing midday sun radiating outward.
Welcome to Manipura, the solar plexus chakra. It radiates this bright, brilliant yellow. Now, this is the seat of your personal power and unshakable confidence. The core feeling here is the pure will to act. When this fire is burning bright, you feel totally purposeful and self-assured. You're moving through the world as the master of your own destiny, and that perfectly completes your physical anchors in the material world. Section 2, the Great Bridge. We are moving up into the heart center. Notice the massive shift happening here. On one side, those physical anchors we just talked about are shouting, I am, I feel, I do. But as we cross this bridge, we're stepping into higher spiritual realms. Compassion, forgiveness, universal love. The heart is this perfect meeting point right in the middle, beautifully taking all that intense personal power and transforming it into an expansive, universal love. The element of this bridge is air. Take a deep breath into that space with me. It's light, it's totally expansive, and even though you can't see it, it touches and connects every single one of us. It's the breath that sustains the spirit.
This is Anahata, the heart chakra, glowing in a soft emerald green. Serving as the literal bridge between your lower and upper chakras, this space is purely about compassion and forgiveness. The biggest takeaway here is the realization that we are all deeply connected. Let the air expand your chest right now, because this emerald center is what opens the ultimate gateway to the higher realms of spirit. Section 3, Realms of Light and Sound. We're now entering the ethereal spaces.
We're moving into the element of ether. Now, this isn't just empty space. It's this incredibly expansive, resonant void that quite literally holds everything together. It is the canvas of the universe. Here we find Vishuddha, the throat chakra. Glowing with this bright, clear blue, this is your absolute center for communication and expression. It's all about having the immense courage to actually find your voice and speak your truth with total integrity. You know, when this bright blue center gets blocked, it's exactly why you might feel a literal lump in your throat when you're holding back what you really want to say. But when it's open, you don't just communicate clearly, you listen deeply to the silence that all sound comes from.
Rising even higher, we completely leave behind those physical elements we've known so far, and we enter the realm of light. This is where the journey gets deeply profound, crystal clear, and entirely internal. This is Ajna, the third eye. Notice how the color shifts to this really deep, velvety indigo. Located right between your eyebrows, this center is famously linked to the pituitary gland, which is essentially the light meter of your brain. This is the realm of pure intuition, inner vision, and deep wisdom. It's where you start picking up on the deeper patterns of the universe, seeing way beyond just the surface of things. The whole goal here is to trust your inner sight, letting that indigo light clear your mind and reveal the truths hidden within. Section 4, the thousand-petaled lotus. We have reached the summit. This is Sahasrara, the crown chakra. Visualized as a breathtaking thousand-petaled lotus, it shimmers in pure white or violet light. We are now in the ultimate realm of thought and pure consciousness. Your core realization up here is your direct connection to the divine, the infinite source of literally all that is. Right here in this ultimate silence and profound peace, the individual self just beautifully dissolves right into the universal whole. Just think about this quote for a second. You are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a single drop. I mean, how perfectly does that capture the sheer vastness and the profound realization of your own divinity? It's an amazing reminder of the massive scale of the energy we all hold inside when our architecture is fully illuminated. When we take a step back to look at this full map of the soul, you can really see the vibrant tapestry we've just woven today. Building from the grounding red root of the Muladhara and its earth element, flowing seamlessly right up through the water of the sacral, the fire of the solar plexus, the air of the heart, the ether of the throat, the light of the third eye, all the way up to that pure consciousness at the crown. And remember, these centers aren't just static checkboxes. They are dynamic, ever-shifting reflections of your internal state. As we wrap up this explainer, remember, you now hold the map. So the ultimate question is, if you truly contain the entire ocean within you, which waves will you allow to rise today? And what are you still holding back? May your roots be deep, your heart open, and your vision crystal clear. Thanks so much for exploring this with me. Namaste.